strength of an acid, okay? So for the strength of an acid can either be strong or weak, okay? So how can we know when an acid is strong or when it is weak? Now, a strong acid is an acid that can dissociate completely in water or in solution, okay? And whenever they dissociate, they are going to produce hydrogen ion or a proton as the only positive ion, okay? So when we talk about strength of an acid, we are looking at those acids that will completely ionize in what? In solution, okay? And also, take note, the strength of an acid is also the concentration of that acid, okay? The strength of an acid is also talking about the concentration of that acid, okay? So the strength at which is going to produce this hydrogen ion is what we also look at the concentration of what? The acid. So examples of strong acids, we have HCl, we have the acids like HNO3, we have acids like H2SO4. These are strong acids, okay? So when these acids dissociates, when it dissociates completely, you are definitely going to have H plus what? Cl minus, okay? So the same thing goes with the rest of them. Okay? So now, let's look at a weak acid. Weak acid. So weak acids, they dissociate partially, okay? They dissociate partially in water or in solution. In water or in solution, okay? So these kind of acids they partially dissociate, and we represent them as, say, let's say we have HA in a reversible reaction dissociates into H plus A minus. So if you write the equilibrium constant for this expression, we have that Ka is equal to concentration of H plus multiplied by that of A minus all over that of what? HA. Okay, where this is a weak acid, okay? So this Ka is an important value, the value of this Ka, okay? So for the Ka is known as the dissociation constant, okay? Or you can say the ionization constant, or you can say the ionization constant. So this ionization constant is what we use to measure how weak. So we use to measure how weak the acid can be, okay? The smaller the Ka, the weaker the acids. The weaker the acids. Okay? The smaller the Ka, the weaker the acid. So with this Ka value for this acid, we can also evaluate an important term called pKa. We can also evaluate something we call pKa. The pKa of a weak acid, of an acid, is negative log of the what? The Ka value. That's the equilibrium constant for this activity series, for this expression here. Okay? So if you can be able to evaluate this pKa, you can also use this pKa to evaluate the strength of an acid. Okay? You can also use this pKa to evaluate the strength of an acid. Also, the same way hydrogen ion is dependent on the concentration of the acid, the hydrogen ion of a weak acid is dependent on the square root of the Ka and that of the what? The Ca. Okay? So the strength of the acid, the hydrogen ion is dependent on the what? The Ka value and the C and the concentration of the acid. Okay? So the lower the Ka, the lower the pKa, the stronger the acid. The stronger the acid. So with this, we can also evaluate so many things about acid. So this tells you how the strength of an acid works, okay? How weak or how strong an acid be depends on these criteria on the board. So we're going to look at some calculations involving these things so you can be able to understand how you can apply these things in calculations, okay?